Namaste to everyone. Today we will read the lesson Portrait of a Lady taken from our book Hornbill. The Portrait of a Lady is written by Khushwant Singh. In this lesson, The Portrait of a Lady, Khushwant Singh has drawn a lifelike portrait of his grandmother. He had intimate relations with his grandmother since his childhood. Then a turning point came in their relationship when the narrator's parents sent them in the city. Let us come to our lesson. Lesson starts as my grandmother, like everybody's grandmother, was an old woman, and she has been old and very wrinkled for 20 years that he had known her. In this first paragraph, the poet gives the description of grandparents, grandmother as well as grandfather also. He gives the description of grandfather, that his portrait hung above the mantelpiece in the drawing room, and he wore a big turban and loose-fitting clothes, and his long white beard covered the best part of his chest, and he looked at least 100 years old. Here, Khushwant Singh gives the description, that is, the thought was almost revolting, means the idea was really very disgusting. Then he says she had always been short, fat, and slightly bent. In the second paragraph, there is picturesque description of Khushwant Singh's grandmother, that she hobbled about the house in spotless white and with one hand resting on her waist to balance her stoop, that is bending down, and the other tailing the beads of her rosary, or the beads rosary she was having in her hand. Not only this much, he says her silver locks were scattered untidily over the pale face, over the puckered face, and her lips constantly moved inaudible prayer. And really, she was beautiful. And he says she was like, her grandmother was like a winter's landscape. In winter, when we see the landscape of the mountain, in the same way, her grandmother was an expanse of pure white. Serenity means white extension of serenity means calmness, silence. An expanse of pure white calmness was there, breathing in very much peace and very much contentment. Then in the next paragraph, there is description of friendship, that grandmother and Khushwant Singh were really very good friends, and when their parents left them, they went to live in the city, and they were constantly living together. And grandmother used to wake Khushwant Singh up early in the morning and get him ready for school. So this was the friendship between Khushwant Singh and grandmother. Then there is description of that grandmother has always been, she was ready to go to school. Always she went to school because the school was attached to the temple. In this paragraph, there is description of school hours or school routine. And there the priest taught us the alphabet, means Khushwant Singh used to learn their alphabet and the morning prayer also. And he gives the description that while the children sat in the row either side of the veranda singing the alphabet or the prayers in a chorus, what his grandmother did, grandmother sat inside reading the scriptures, the holy books. Then not only this was, he says that when they both finished, they used to walk back together at home, and during this time the village dogs would met them at the temple, and they followed them to their houses, growling and fighting with each other for the chapatis that they threw to them. Then coming to the next paragraph, there is description of hostel life or city life, means when the grandparents were comfortably settled in the city, they made them sent for. What happened then? Then there was a turning point came in their friendship. Turning point means event of very important change, that is event of change came in their life. Then there he used to go to an English medium school in a motor bus. There were no dogs in the street as earlier he used to see. There he learned English words and little things of Western science and learning also. He learned law of gravity, Archimedes principle, and something like that. This made grandmother very unhappy because she thought that there was no teaching about God and scriptures in that school. Not only this much, she also believed that music had lewd associations. Well, lewd associations means vulgar associations. The moment she came to know that music lessons are given in the school, she said it was monopoly of harlots, monopoly of beggars, and not meant for the gentlefolk, for good people. Then he gives the description of college life. In the above paragraph, we have come to know about the distress about she felt when he was admitted in English medium school. And here about college days, then when he went to university, he was given a room of his own, and the common link, the friendship between the author and the grandmother was snapped. And here he has written, the grandmother accepted her seclusion with resignation, means the grandmother silently accepted her loneliness, calmly accepted her aloofness. Then from sunshine to sunset, she sat by her spinning wheel and reciting prayers. Not only in the afternoon, she relaxed for a while to feed the sparrows. So he gives the description here. Then finally he comes to the word that while sitting in the veranda breaking the bread into small little bits, hundreds of little birds collected round her, creating a veritable bedlam of cherubins. Veritable bedlam means truly, and in very confusion, and we can say a madhouse or lunatic asylum, and chirruping means twittering. Then there is description of homecoming after getting his education. After 5 years, when Khushwant Singh came back, what he saw? He saw his mother, a grandmother, had no time for words, and she clasped author in her arms, and she could hear her reciting the prayers. Then, even for the first day of the arrival, the grandmothers felt the happiest moment when she was with her sparrows. And he gives the description that she fed longer with frivolous rebukes. Here, frivolous rebukes means light-hearted scolding. You can find here. Next is then what happened, then what grandmother did. Grandmother collected women of the neighborhood, and she got one old dilapidated drum, and she started singing. Here the word, the sagging skins of the dilapidated drum. Here the writer means to say that loose skin, the old outdated drum she was having, and started singing the song of homecoming. Then he gives the description that as homecoming, we sing the song for the various. She started singing for her grandson. Then that was the first time since they had known that she did not pray. What happened then? After singing song, the next morning she was ill. She became ill, and she was having a mild fever, and doctor told that it would go. But grandmother thought differently. Here in this paragraph, there is description of sickness and how she felt ill, and grandmother told that her end was near. Not only this much, she said that since only a few hours before the close of the last chapter of her life, so she had omitted to pray, and she was not going to waste any more time talking with Khushwant Singh and Khushwant Singh's mother as well. Then here there is description that what happened after that she became very tired, and when she fell ill, then her death was mourned not only by the narrator's family but also by the sparrows whom she fed regularly in the afternoon. This we can see in the last paragraph. Here it is written that the sun was setting and had lit her room on the veranda when the blaze of golden light. Then what happened? Then they stopped halfway in the courtyard over all the veranda, and in the room light up where she lay dead and stepped wrapped in the bed shrouds. Thousands of sparrows sat scattered on the floor there only, and there was no chirruping that time. So Khuswan Singh and his mother felt very sorry for the birds because his mother fetched some bread for the sparrows. She broke into little crumbs as grandmother used to do. She threw it to them, but the sparrows took no notice. Very strange and very surprising and very emotional touch here it is. The sparrows took no notice of the bread. And what happened? When they carried the grandmother's corpse off, all the sparrows flew quietly. And next morning, what happened? Very strange. Next morning, the sweepers came and swept the breadcrumbs into the dustbin. So, this discloses that, it reveals that grandmother had very much emotional touch, emotional bonding with birds and animals also. As we have finished the lesson, let me tell you some important words, new words. Go to page number 3. Please keep your fingers, find out. There is word wrinkled, wrinkle. Wrinkled means having wrinkles. The next word is mantelpiece, that is a shelf above a fireplace. You will find the word revolting also. The meaning of revolting is disgusting. The next word, try to find out. Undignified, undignified. Undignified means disgraceful. Then go to page number 4. Here you'll find hobbled about. HOBBLED. Hobbled about means walked like a lame person. Then there is the word stoop, STOOP, stoop. Stoop is bending of the body, that is stoop. Another word is wooden slate, WOODE. And wooden slate means wooden slate that is used for writing, that is called wooden slate. Another word you'll find here, a turning point. Turning point very means very important point, that is a turning point. Then took to. Took to means fell into the habit, that is took to, falling into the habit of something, that is took to. Then we will go to page number 5. You will find the word laws of gravity, means laws related to the gravity of the earth, that is laws of gravity. Another word there is distressed, means becoming very sad, that is called distressed. Another word you will come here is moist, MOIST. Moist means very wet, and that is frivolous, FRIVOLOUS. Frivolous means not very serious, light-hearted is called frivolous. Another word is dilapidated, that is dilapidated drum, that you have read. And on page number 6 you'll find dilapidated means falling into pieces. Old drum. Then there is a word ignored, IGNORD. Ignored means taking no care, means did not care, that is ignore. Another word is pallor, PALLOR. Pallor. Pallor means fading color or becoming lifeless. So here the pallor means fading color, means having no life. Then there is word wrapped, WRAPPED. Wrapped. Wrap means covering something, that is covered with something. Another word is took to note. Is very important and very important to learn this word, that is took no notice of, means they didn't care. They didn't care. Another word, that carried corpse off. Carried corpse off means removing the dead body. Corpse means dead body. Carrying means removing the dead body. I think I have told it word meaning also, and it's quite clear to you. Then as we have finished this lesson, we must have some mind map of this lesson, because if we prepare the mind map, it will be very useful for us, and in no time we can understand the lesson very well. So for this lesson I have prepared 2 mind maps that will make you the story clear and the character sketch of the characters also clear. First of all, let me tell you the character sketch of Khuswan Singh here. It is, you can see in this picture very well, you can find, keep your fingers and find, listen that Khuswan Singh had intimate relationship with grandmother. This is the first point. Second point, I could find that was sent in the city to get education. Next is parents left him with grandmother when they went to live in the city. Next is constantly together. Grandma Khushwant Singh was constantly together with his grandmother. Then in the city, what happened? In the city, he used to go to school by motor bus, and in New English School, his grandmother could not help in studies. Next is Khushwant Singh went to university, and the common link of friendship was snapped, and he felt the sense of loss after the bond of relationship was broken. So this was the character sketch of Khushwant Singh. Now coming to the next mind map. This is the mind map of grandmother. I had drawn this mind map so that the character sketch of grandmother could be very much clear to you. The first point you get for the character of grandmother is she was pretty beautiful in her young days. Then the grandmother's she was the true picture of love, affection and care also. And Khushwant Singh has given the description that she was highly religious and kind-hearted lady, but she was a very conservative lady. Then Khushwant Singh says that his grandmother was not physically very attractive, little bit she was fat and she was light bent also. Then he gives the description that spotless white dress and silver hair reflected her spiritual beauty. So those points will be helpful in writing the character sketch for grandmother. Next point is compassion for birds and animals, fed village dogs and sparrows as well. The last point I could find is that grandmother didn't like English language and science and associated music with beggars. This was her thinking. This was the end of the story, and I hope you have understood very nicely. Thank you very much.